I got my criminal record expunged. I got my college degree, and right now I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my second chance. Currently, I'm on my way to a job fair. Tomorrow, I have another one, and in between all of that, I'm still applying for jobs. I'm still working out. I'm still trying to build out this YouTube channel. Basically, I'm trying to do everything I can right now because eventually one of these doors is going to open up. All right, you guys. So I just made it to the job fair location, and today I have no idea what to expect. And honestly, that's starting to become my norm. I'm applying for jobs. I'm looking at different career options. I'm meeting a bunch of new people. Some things look promising. But for the most part, most of these opportunities lead to a dead end. Um, but the way I approach my life right now is a little bit differently. I'm not sitting around waiting for an opportunity to come to me because if I sit around and wait for that, then it'll never happen. So, I just want to make sure that I put myself in positions where, I increase my chances at success. And that's what this job fair is today. So I'm going to take you guys along the ride with me and see what happens. And yes, I know I don't have a shirt on right now. I'm going to get dressed real quick. I just like driving without my shirt. I'm in my own little space, and why not, Uh, just do whatever makes me feel most comfortable. So I'm gonna get dressed real quick, and I'm gonna take you guys with me. So let's go. So I just finished up the job fair, and it went pretty great. This event wasn't the biggest. There was about 8 to 10 tables, but I did go around and meet everyone, shook their hands, gave out my resume. But there was one person that I spoke with that really stuck out to me. Now, I was at this table and there was a bunch of people there, and I was talking to one of the recruiters, and he was asking me about my background, and I had managed, I mentioned that, I had experience in management, and I graduated with a management degree at Cal State Northridge. We were just kind of talking a little bit, and when I was done, I grabbed the pamphlets, all the information that they had at the table. But during this whole time, as I was talking to this recruiter, to my left was a lady, and she was standing there listening the whole time. And you can kind of tell she was listening in what I had to say. So as soon as I was done talking to that recruiter, she tapped me on the side and she pulled me to talk to me. Now, we spoke for about 20 to 30 minutes the whole time. And come to find out, she is a GC. She's a general contractor for construction. And she was asking me about my background, asking about my experience. You know, at first, I had no idea. I thought she was just inquiring just to see what I was about. Everyone that was there, I thought was there to look for a job, to find a career. Come to find out, she was actually there to recruit people into her business. She asked me a whole bunch of questions, and she even asked for a resume. And at that moment, when she asked for my resume, I straight up asked her, like, hey, are you a business owner? Are you here looking to hire people into your business? And she mentioned yes, that she is a small business and she's looking to expand because she's at this point now in her business where she needs help. She's pretty much wearing all the hats, and she has a lot of uh, good people on her team, but the team is very small. So she's looking to expand. So we had this amazing conversation, and I didn't expect this to happen. I thought I was just going to go there, walk around tables like I normally do at job fairs, grab pamphlets, shake hands, and you know just see what companies are about. But to have this deep conversation with this person was very positive. It gave me a lot of hope. And now I just need to follow up with her. She had mentioned that she wants to schedule a interview with me next week and sit down with her and her team and see if we're a good match for each other. So I'm just gonna look forward to that. and see if there is anything that comes out from our meeting. But today, that's what this job fair was about, man. Was going there, meeting people, networking, shaking hands, kissing babies, taking photos, taking photo ops. But now all I got to do is just follow up with everyone, follow up with this general contractor that I spoke with, and see what happens, man. So that's one job fair down. I still got another one tomorrow, but my life just doesn't stop between job fairs. I still got a program. I still got to hit the gym. I still got to run my errands. I still got to build out my YouTube channel. I still got to get back on the computer, apply for more jobs. One thing just started doing very recently was reaching out to sponsors to see if I can get a sponsorship for this YouTube channel here. I still got to keep programming, man. And then tomorrow morning when I wake up, I got to do it all over again, bro. All right, so I'm at the gym right now, and this is probably the most boring, most mundane part of my day right here. Like, it's very routine. Like, it's just program after program. Unlike jobs, where I can apply for a job and I don't hear anything back, or maybe I go to a job fair and I meet hundreds of people. Like, I'm unsure of that outcome, or maybe I make a YouTube video, nobody watches it. Those outcomes are very unsure. But one thing is, like, when you go to the gym, I know that if I step into this place and I get a workout in, I'm guaranteed results. So that's just my program. I'm here day after day. It helps me keep my mind sharp, and it keeps me very motivated. So I'm just here just to get my pump in, stay consistent, and just show up for myself more than anything else. I'm here at the library and just finished my workout. I'm about to eat this post-workout meal and sit here, apply for some more jobs, work on some sponsorships, see if I can find a sponsor for this YouTube channel, work on some more videos. But I think the best thing about this process is that it's very routine, and even though I don't know what my future is, at least I can know what to expect during this process. I know that after the gym, come back, eat my meals, apply for some more jobs, respond to some emails, and just keep building until a door opens up. So I'm just gonna put my head down and just keep grinding, and then finish out my night, and then prepare myself for tomorrow's job fair. Yo, look at that sky. Talk about being grateful, man. I'm so appreciative of this. Look at that. So it's day number 2, and I'm on my way to the second job fair. Yesterday I spoke with a couple people in regards to the construction office admin type of space. But today it's supposedly going to be a much larger event. There's going to be 100 plus employers here. There's going to be all types of background, education, health, city jobs, just everyone here. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't know what to expect, but I'm coming in with positive hopes. All right, you guys, so the job fair just ended, and I'm feeling phenomenal. I'm feeling so good. There were so many tables here. I went around and shook hands and spoke with everyone, but I'm so glad I decided to dress up just a little bit more. I'm not saying I have like the nicest outfit or anything, but you guys can see it a little bit more tight on my outfit, and I brought this. This is what really, truly made me stand out. This is what I put my resumes in, and I put all the flyers and pamphlets that I collected in there as well, and it really made me stand out compared to everyone else. Most of the attendees that were here
about 95% of them didn't dress up. They wore jeans. I saw some sandals, a t-shirt. I even saw some young guys. They came in crop tops, matching crop tops. Now, there's nothing wrong with that outfit, but I think when you're coming to a job fair, meeting potential future employers, you want to come a little bit more polished. And I'm glad I had the mind to actually do that. But it was an amazing event, phenomenal event that took place. And there was one table that truly stood out to me, and it was a nonprofit organization. I initially came over there just to have a conversation, just to see what they're about. And when we were talking, the conversation was just flowing. They were telling me about what they do, and they were asking me questions about, my background and, what I'm interested in. Come to find out, they help the socially impacted community, and it resonated with me so much. And I was telling them about my story, how I come from that background, and when I needed help, I got the help I needed. Programs like Project Rebound at Cal State Northridge, and people like Kevin, Luis, they showed up for me when I needed that help, man. And at the end of the conversation, it felt like all I had to do was apply, and I got the job. That's how good the conversation went, man. So I felt very positive about that, but that was only one encounter. Every single table I stopped by, we had great conversations. So many positive interactions here. But there was one table that felt like it was the biggest disappointment, and it was law enforcement. There were a whole bunch of tables of law enforcement. There was the probation office, there was the sheriffs, there was firefighters, there pretty much anything in law enforcement, CPB. I had to go over and ask and talk, because it's something that I've always wanted to do, is be part of law enforcement. But I always am transparent when it comes to the law, anything law enforcement, and I know it's part of like a big barrier with me moving forward. So one of the questions I asked them was like, hey, someone that has a felony background, even if they got it expunged, would that create barriers moving forward in open positions? And unfortunately, every table that I spoke with in that field with law enforcement, they did mention that it automatically puts a stop on any future opportunities I may have. So it's something that the door will forever be closed on. But who knows? Maybe if I keep knocking hard enough and I get like a governor's pardon or something, and I don't know what life's gonna hold for me. But as right now, those opportunities are kind of closed. However, there was one moment when I spoke with Customs Border Patrol. They did mention that even though I may not become like a sworn-in officer, they do have other positions. There was one called like the customs inspector or something, or I could become one of those like immigration officers, where I give people the green cards. I can still work for that department, but I'm just not an officer. I can't carry a firearm. So that was a little light at the end of the tunnel in regards to law enforcement. So I'm just gonna keep showing up. I'm gonna keep knocking on doors, keep showing up to these type of job fairs, man, because I felt so good walking in, even though I wasn't sure what to expect. I had zero expectations, but now that I went in here, shook hands, kissed babies, took photos, I am more confident than ever, man. I feel so good with this job market, and even though I don't know what the future holds, if I'm gonna get any job opportunities, I'm gonna keep knocking on these doors until one opens. But for the meantime, the job fair is over, and I'm gonna continue my program. I'm gonna hit the gym. I'm gonna run my errands. I'm gonna keep applying for jobs. Yeah, reach out to some sponsors again tonight, and I'm just gonna keep my daily program. So keep on grinding, man, until one door eventually is gonna open up. I think the best part about the gym is that it keeps my life somewhat consistent. So even if I apply for 100 jobs and I get rejected, or I show up to 100 job fairs and none of them open a door for me, I think the one thing about the gym is that it's the one thing in my life that is very predictable. I know the hours, and even if one gym is closed, I can go to another one, and I know what to expect when I put in the work. And I think that's one of the reasons why I continue to show up, not only for the consistency, but also for my mind. Most people that work out, they usually put in the work in regards to a physique factor. But for me, I think it's more the mind than anything else. It keeps me sharp. It keeps me very quick on my feet. And even at the age of 42, I still feel like my mind can retain information from a year ago. And even though some memories from 20 years ago may be a little bit blurry, for the most part, I can recall a lot of the information. And on top of the consistency that it keeps my life in check, it allows my mind to be just as sharp. And I think that's why no matter what happens, I show up to the gym day after day, both for my mind and for my body. So this week I went to job fairs. I spoke with several employers. I went and put my best foot forward. I went and worked on my YouTube channel. I reached out and looked for sponsors. I continued learning. I continued training. And at the end of it, the thing is I still don't know where my life is going to go. Like, I don't have a crystal ball and be like, hey, this is where my future is going to be at in 6 months, But I think right now in my life, I'm more than okay with that. Because no matter what happens, tomorrow when the sun shines, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to do it all again. I'm going to keep applying for jobs. I'm going to keep showing up to these job fairs. I'm going to keep working on this YouTube channel right here. I'm going to keep reaching out to those sponsors. And I know that most of them are going to say no to me. Some might look at me and maybe give me a second glance, and for the most part, most of them already said no. And eventually, the more I keep applying pressure on these doors, eventually one of these doors is going to open. And when that door finally opens up for me, man, I'm not just going to walk right through it, bro. I'm going to keep going until I can build my own house on top of everything. All right, so that's 2 more job fairs down right there. I'm gonna get all the information that I've received, and I'm gonna apply. I'm gonna put that pressure on. But for now, you already know what time it is, man. It's the exact same program. I got my post-workout meal right here. I'm just gonna slam on that. I'm gonna get in front of the computer, and I'm gonna keep grinding. One thing that I have seen that's been popping up a little bit more is people asking me, hey, why don't I get into the fitness space, become a trainer. In the past, I actually helped numerous of men for free transform their lives, physically and mentally. I started these small 4-week training boot camp programs to help change people's lives. I gave them their macros. I gave them their training programs, each customized to each person. And when we first started, it was like 4-week training programs. And when I first started cohort 1, program number 1, I think there was only about 4 guys that joined. They put their trust in me, and I had phenomenal transformations, man. And it got to a point where there were 12 guys in my program, and it was dope. It was such a cool thing to be a part of a group that I've never even met, and they all trusted me. And, it's opened my eyes up to things that I've never even imagined. So, you know, it reminds me of this YouTube channel right here. It's been growing at such a pace I can't even fathom, man. There's so many people that leave comments, and I wish I had the time to reach out and, leave a very meaningful comment. But I see them though. I see every single one, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everyone that's believing in me, that's shown support, that's been here since day one, and everyone that just started watching as well. It means the world to me. And I just want to make sure that I say thank you, and that I'm going to continue to grind, and I want to prove every single one of you guys right. I don't know what the future holds, but I have some big plans in my mind, at least, that I want to see become reality. So yeah, thank you. I hope that kind of clears things up in regards to like the fitness aspect. For now, I'm just going to keep training, keep doing what I do, and hopefully in the next 6 months, man, my life transform and looks completely different from where it's at right now. And I think one of the best things that I have right now is my email listing. Is that with the email list, and with you guys adding on there, you guys can always stay in contact with me no matter what. You guys can always reach out to me. I can reach out to you guys, with any updates. And if you want to become part of that, there's a link below. I'm going to pin it. There's a comment down there. I'm going to pin that, and there's a link. All you got to do is just tap on that, enter your email address, and then we're going to stay connected for life. So if not, just keep watching the journey. Again, thank you guys, and I hope you guys are doing well wherever you guys are at in your side of the world. And again, appreciate your time, and I'll see you guys then. For me, it's always peace, love, unity, and respect. You guys take care. Peace out.